If you are an immigrant living and working in the United States right now, or if you are someone planning to move there for work, then what I am about to share with you in the next few minutes could be one of the most important things you watch all year. Because right now, the American job market is going through a transformation that nobody is fully prepared for, and the people who are going to suffer the most are the ones who do not see it coming. So stay with me, because by the end of this video, you are going to understand exactly what is happening in the U.S. job market in 2026, what the new rules mean for immigrants, what mistakes could cost you your visa, your job, and possibly your right to stay in the country, and most importantly, what you need to do right now to protect yourself and your future. Let us start with the big picture, because the numbers are staggering. Goldman Sachs released a report in February of this year warning that the Trump administration's crackdown on immigration has triggered an 80% collapse in net immigration to the United States. Fortune, let that sink in. 80%. While net immigration averaged roughly 1 million people per year throughout the 2010s, that figure dropped to around 500,000 in 2025 and is now projected to fall even further to just 200,000 in 2026. Fortune, we have never seen anything like this in modern American history. And here is what makes this so serious for you personally. This is not just a number on a government spreadsheet. This is the story of millions of real people, real families, real careers being upended. The latest employment data shows that the U.S. economy actually lost more than 90,000 jobs in February of 2026, and the unemployment rate edged up to 4.4%. Center for American Progress for immigrants specifically, the situation is even more complicated because the policy changes affecting you are happening faster than most people can keep up with. So let me walk you through exactly what has changed, because there are updates that every immigrant worker in America needs to know about right now. The first thing you need to understand is what happened to the H-1B visa program, because the rules have changed in a massive way. Starting on February 27th of 2026, a new weighted selection process was introduced for the H-1B lottery. This system now prioritizes higher-paid and higher-skilled applicants, meaning the days of getting lucky in a random draw are essentially over for lower-wage positions. USCIS, if you are a skilled professional hoping to come to the U.S. on an H-1B, you now need to be in a high-paying role for your application to have a real chance. And that is not all. A presidential proclamation that went into effect in September 2025 now requires employers to pay an additional $100,000 fee per H-1B visa application. U.S. Department of State $100,000. That is not a typo. This single change alone has pushed many smaller companies completely out of the game when it comes to sponsoring foreign workers. If your employer was a mid-sized company counting on sponsoring your visa, you need to have an honest conversation with them right now, because that financial burden may be more than they are willing to take on. Now here is something that is causing a lot of panic among immigrant workers who are already here, and I want you to pay very close attention to this part. Multiple immigration law firms across the United States are reporting that H-1B visa holders are receiving formal deportation notices, known as notices to appear, even while they are still within their legal 60-day grace period after losing a job. Business Standard, this is happening right now. You could lose your job on a Monday, and by the following week you could have a notice initiating removal proceedings against you. This contradicts long-standing guidance from USCIS and is creating enormous uncertainty for visa holders and for the businesses that depend on foreign talent. Business Standard, if you are on an H-1B visa and you lose your job for any reason, do not wait. Do not assume you have the full 60 days to figure things out. Get an immigration attorney on the phone that same week, because the rules on the ground right now do not always match the rules on paper. And the situation around travel restrictions is adding another layer of complexity that many people are not aware of. As of January 1st of 2026, the United States is fully or partially suspending entry and visa issuance for nationals of 39 countries. Washington University U.S. Customs and Border Protection can now collect facial recognition data from all non-citizens entering and exiting the U.S., including green card holders at airports, land crossings, and seaports. News Nation, if you are a green card holder who travels internationally for work or family, this is your reminder that things at the border are not business as usual. The level of scrutiny has gone up dramatically. Now let us talk about what this all means for the job market itself. Because even if your visa is secure, the hiring environment in 2026 is unlike anything we have seen in years. Employers are prioritizing efficiency, automation, and skill-based recruitment over large-scale hiring, meaning that competition for available roles is higher than ever, and opportunities are increasingly going to those with specialized expertise. Technovera gone are the days when a general skill set was enough to get your foot in the door. If you are not upgrading your skills right now, you are falling behind. Even native-born workers are struggling. Long-term unemployment continues to rise, and labor force participation rates are declining. Indeed, hiring lab for immigrants. The stakes are even higher because your ability to stay in the country is tied to your employment status in a way that it simply is not for citizens. One layoff, one downsizing, one company closure, and the clock starts ticking immediately. There is a mistake that so many immigrants are making right now, and it could cost them everything. They are assuming that because they followed all the rules, because they have a valid visa, because they have been a good employee for years, that they are safe. But the landscape has shifted. In today's volatile immigration climate, foreign national employees are under immense stress from the constant stream of policy changes and enforcement shifts. Dwayne Morris LLP, the people who are going to come out of this period in a strong position are the ones who are proactive, not reactive. That means keeping every single immigration document updated and accessible at all times. That means staying in close communication with your employer's HR and legal teams about your visa status. That means building skills that make you genuinely hard to replace. Looking ahead, experts are warning that 2026 is likely to bring even more changes, including shortened work authorizations, suspension of case processing, mandatory interviews, expanded background checks including social media checks, and tighter eligibility standards across the board. SHRM, this is not the time to be passive about your status. Here is the bottom line. The United States job market in 2026 is not closed to immigrants, but it is more demanding, more scrutinized, and more unforgiving of mistakes than it has been in decades. The immigrants who will succeed in this environment are those who treat their immigration status like the serious legal matter it is, who stay informed about every policy change that affects them, who invest in high-demand skills, and who build a support network of legal and professional advisors around them before they need them. You have worked too hard and sacrificed too much to be caught off guard by a policy change you could have prepared for. So do yourself a favor. Share this video with every immigrant you know who is working in the United States or planning to. This information could genuinely change the course of someone's life. If you found this video helpful, please give it a like because it helps more people find it when they need it most. Subscribe to this channel so you never miss an update like this one, and leave a comment below telling me what country you are from and what your biggest concern is about the U.S. job market right now. I read every single comment, and I will do my best to make videos that answer your questions directly. Stay informed, stay prepared, and I will see you in the next one.